Gonna be.
Copy that. You love that smile on your face from when you do that.
He
You're
loves
like,
to slate.
yeah.
I'm the slate girl. I'm the slate lady. I'm the slate lady. Are we recording?
Yeah, we are.
Okay, cool.
Okay. We're here. Just grabbing
Can
a
I
beer.
get more water? Is there water?
I think there's
can you
water
hand me that
here.
water right there? Oh yeah, perfect.
Who wants water when they can have beer?
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
All right. Well, welcome back.
Another
Welcome
episode.
Within an episode. We're doing Inception. An episode within an episode.
You're funny.
And we have Christina with us.
Hi.
How do you pronounce your last name?
Vasquez.
Vasquez.
I always just go Christina V.
I like that. Or CEV.
No one could ever pronounce my last name. It's Viale.
Viale. I know I've had trouble
But
with
I like
that.
how you do your voicemail. Thank you for calling Danielle Viale.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a drunken night that I just never changed the
No, never change it.
Don't
I
change
love
it. It's good.
Never
That's
change
funny.
it. I'll be sad the day you change it.
But yes, welcome. This one's all
Thanks
about
for
Christina.
Thanks for having me, guys.
And we just met your puppet, Dirty
Yeah.
Patti.
Yeah, Dirty Patti. She's alive and well.
I heard
Yeah.
you guys have beef though.
I
You know what? She
know.
has beef. I don't know what it is. I like her. I put her away every day, brush her hair, try to do everything, but
What do you
you
think
just
it
can't
is?
please some bitches. I think that's all.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because you put her away and she feels
Maybe. Yeah,
sad. She
maybe.
misses you.
She's jealous. I don't think she misses me.
She's
though.
jealous.
That's
Don't be a
funny.
hater, Patty. Don't be a hater.
How did Patty come about?
Yeah.
How was she born into this world?
Patty was born because I was putting on cabarets,
Oh wow.
underground cabarets that featured a lot of different artists that weren't getting exposure, and also performance art and a lot of other like music, performance art, spoken word.
This sounds similar to Raw. Do you remember Raw? Do you remember that, Danielle? Remember we used to go to
back
those
in the
art
day,
shows,
Yeah.
and they would it was like they would take over a club, a nightclub,
Oh, cool.
It
and
had
they would
art,
have
music. It was
art,
like a
music, DJs.
like everything fucked itself, and it was just like
Yeah.
a show of
Sometimes
art.
theater, right? Like they would have
Live performances.
live performances. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Was it similar to that?
Kind of similar to that. There was also a factor of it was called Shazilla.
Oh, okay.
So it was very feminist, but it was inclusive of like allies, just everybody on the same level. And I had large vaginas that were painted with flowers
wow.
that would shoot out things into the crowd.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Did you make those things?
I made those things. I made like a
Wow.
dragon. I tried to make it like over the top. One time
Right.
we had Smell-a-Rama or something, or copied from, I think, the Ed Wood either had it or John Waters. I can't remember, but every band had a smell, and everyone got to sniff the cards.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it was
Oh
it was
my
great.
gosh.
The problem was like I had a nervous breakdown because it was me doing everything: bands,
work.
art, production, blah 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 blah.
We also put a show on that was similar. Remember that?
Yeah,
Make a Mark.
Well, that's how we got our name.
That's how we met.
Cool.
And it was a lot, even with two of us.
I know how
working.
you feel. It's a lot of work. It was her and I.
And we only did
had-
one.
we had-
It was only
and
one show.
Christopher. And we had some other mentors that were helping us, guiding us. But the rest of it, we were just learning it on our own.
So
Yeah.
I can't
And it was
imagine having
all
it
on you,
all.
just you.
Just me, and I was like a little bit too ambitious because I was like, everything has to be art. The poster, so I'd have an artist do the poster. I would do an experimental film for the flyer.
Yeah.
And
I
it,
remember your films from the flyer.
yeah, and so it was those things, and the films were long, and it was just too much. But I loved it. I loved doing
Yeah.
that. So after that period where I took a break because it was just too much for me, and I was also going through some personal things. It was just impacted.
Yeah. It makes it even more stressful.
Totally. I was like, how can I do what I'm doing, but in a way that people, it's not just one night.
Right.
That means it's got to be recorded. And something that's more digestible for the mainstream is a
Right.
puppet. Everybody loves a puppet, right? I love puppets. And so I was thinking about this one day after I smoked a fatty, and I went into
Those are the best.
yes, this is what I
ideas.
do when I like when I'm like, universe, come to me and
Yeah, answer
bring me ideas. Is I'll do that with intention, and then I'll lay in the bathtub, have the shower spray on my back, and I just like let my mind go. And it was almost as if Patti came fully formed in my head, and I was like, there should be a puppet that's crude and rude that looks like, a lot of the girls at shows or whatever, that sort of takes her sexuality into her own hands. And at first it was like sort of turning around the whole like misogyny thing, like Patty's
Right.
the dirty one.
Right.
Gotcha.
Like getting more control. Like you
Yeah,
said,
more
having
control, having more control, and to show that like as people who identify as women or women, we have needs too, and we need to vocalize our needs. And I wanted Patti to be loud.
Right.
So that's how Patti came about. I was like, okay, this is an extension of that.
This could be another
And
part of you
another-
that you don't get to express.
Right. At the same time, I also, for a while, I was a little bit mad at Patti because she was taking a lot of my time, because I also do my own visual art and my own like sculptures and all of those things that I kind of want to still,
Focus
do.
on,
But
yeah.
Patti takes a lot. But it seems that every time I wanted to quit Patti, somebody would come around and say, "Oh my God, I love Dirty Patti. When I feel like shit at work, I'll just go through the feed." And it's
sweet to
happened
hear.
every time.
That's
Every time,
really
like I'm like,
great.
"That's it. Fuck Patti. I'm tired of this shit." Somebody else would be like, "Christina, you gotta like. I love Patti. How come I haven't seen her?" And it'd just be like, "Oh God,
Right.
people love Patti."
And it
I
makes
love
you feel
Patti.
good too to know that you've,
Change
just made some
people.
kind of positive moment into someone's life. That
Totally, absolutely.
And I love that she's a feminist.
Totally,
And all that
she's
she brings.
definitely
And
a
you bring a lot of
feminist.
that into your own work too. Like I've worked with you, music videos and stuff,
Mhm.
and you've always said that you like to bring that vibe.
That's how you guys met, right?
Yeah,
set?
we
Yeah,
worked on
we-
a music video, and she was creating. I guess was it a sculpture or you had the big horns?
It was horns.
Yeah.
I have to admit, they kind of looked like rabbit ears in the video a little bit. It was it was horns, and it was also like sort of I was the assistant director, and it was my first time being assistant director.
Is there like a lot of pressure or a lot to take on?
I
I
was like
felt-
the boss of everybody.
Yeah, because I had never had been on an actual real set before, but the person, my mentor for the film was, 4th Street Production, Damien. He was like, "You should do this, because then you'll see like what every
part does.
every part does,
Yeah.
and you'll see what you like." And so, yeah, I did and I liked it. I kind of didn't. It was great. It was great. It was so long.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Producing takes so much time.
And doing it over and over again till you get it right.
But it was a great experience, and that's how I met Danielle. And I thought like immediately, Danielle, I would say is sometimes very quiet, but you can
You can tell she's
when she
thinking.
speaks, there's like that she's brewed some shit
Yeah.
for a while.
Yes.
And I remember the talent at the time asked for a elephant penis so that he could put on his groin and the elephant nose would go up.
Uh-huh.
Danielle made 2 prototypes for
my
for him.
I was so excited to make that.
And she
I
just
bet.
did a great job. I was like, "What?" Like paper mache, these like elephant trunks, and all these like space guns and all kinds of
all
stuff.
the wiring and stuff. I
And she was
remember
just on it.
It was fun
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah, it was
But
great.
she's like that. That's
But I get
how-
inspiration from people I work with. So like you inspire me. Like
Aw,
you like
yeah.
it has to be who you're around.
right.
If I'm around somebody
Feeds
who's
your
not very
energy.
inspiring, then I just will sit there and be like, I want to do this, but I think that's why it's good to have strong females in your life.
Yeah, definitely. And then from there, Danielle hit me up like, if you were going to do something with Patti, let me know. I'm down. And she's like been our royal bottom. Patti has been in like a festival, and she's carried on a leader. So there's two like
Wait, what's a leader?
sexy.
Like
It's
one of those beds.
Yeah, a bed that like,
okay.
and I had to look it up
Those
too. I was
Egyptian
like, what's a
queens
leader?
get carried
that's
on.
a great way of
Right.
explaining it.
Okay.
So
Oh, I want one of those.
she was one of the royal bottoms. I had another two like sexy royal bottoms carrying Patti as we walked down the street.
Wow.
And yeah, that's a lot of hard work. She was in, I think, 5-inch
That was fun, walking
hills
down
or
the
wedges.
street.
It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah,
So,
but
yeah.
Patti gets me into a lot of fun adventures.
Yeah, it's been fun.
So Patti was created out of when you were putting this event together, and then you were trying to.
You know,
where
and
she came from was from the event.
from
and what
the
you were going
event,
through?
but I think the event and everything that I do now, all my artwork, the event was sparked by, at that time, a lot of injustice that was happening
Yeah.
with women. I think Hobby Lobby just won their case against like birth control for their employees. And
What, to have it for them, to offer it for them, or not to?
to not offer it to them because they have
Wow.
religious whatever. And there was just a lot of things happening in Congress saying the word vagina. And
Right now, it's like the nipple thing.
yeah.
Right now, the nipples have been a huge thing. Like, there's this, it's a NFT,
Oh, okay.
and it's of a girl who carves out her own nipples and then replaces it with men's nipples, because apparently men's nipples are
Exactly.
okay to show. So if I just switch my nipples out, then I'll be okay to walk around topless.
Yeah. And I think with the problem, in Europe, everyone shows their nipples. Women are
I
on
think in New York
topless
there's
on
a certain
beaches.
spot
Yeah.
in Central Park where you can be topless.
And
or
the thing
certain
is, like,
days.
because breasts are covered, they're sexualized.
Right,
If we see them all the time, they're just like
nothing.
your ear.
Right.
Yeah. But
Um,
we make it this like hidden
Yeah,
taboo.
totally. So for
I
me,
guess we should do like an episode just topless.
I was gonna say that there's actually
yeah.
this these little bikini tops that have nipples on them, and I wanted to get it for
Oh
us
my
to wear them
gosh, let's do
on the
that.
pod to keep it
that'd
like
be cool.
still.
Like free the nipple,
We'll have to
Yeah.
do an OnlyFans page just for that.
make some extra money. It's hard times.
It's hard times, girls.
Yeah,
You could just blur out the nipples
Yeah.
yeah.
And make it seem
just
like
to
we
make
had.
show the absurdity of it.
Yeah.
Like just
The
show
absurdity
everything.
of it, for
Exactly.
sure.
That's
So that was initially caused because I have a daughter. And
Yeah.
I had just had her, and I was just thinking, like, if it was just me, like, whatever, I'll just ride with the waves. But what am I going to tell her when she's older and she, like, looks at history and
Right.
all of these things happen? What is she going to say? Like, what did you do, Mama? What did you do about it? I want to be like, no, I fucking did this and this and this and this.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's why everything started. And yeah, and so that was Patti's a continuation of that.
Yeah. Wow, that's awesome.
It is.
That's awesome.
Besides Patti, I know you're a creator of many things. Do you have any other projects going on or things you're working on?
We recently filmed with you, Danielle, The Dirt with Patti, which is a series that we would like to bring to somebody. We're going to be shopping it around. Aside
Can you
from
tell us what it's about? Like, or not yet?
not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. It's super secret because it's too good and I don't, yeah.
Ooh, juicy.
It is juicy. Other than that, let's see, what else am I doing? I'm doing a virtual show. It's going to be called, it was Hump Day with Patti, and we had like a lot of erotica. We had drag kings, different bands, musicians.
Drag kings are women dressed as men.
Drag kings are women dressed as men, and right now there's like an explosion of drag kings, and it's very political. You have these women coming out in caricature, and it's more interesting.
Are you a drag king? What?
No, I just had a little bit of, something to lend, some info, fun fact.
Tell us.
Yes.
Tell us, Mark.
This is Mark.
Mark,
Camera guy.
Our
I
camera
saw
guy.
it. I saw it on a show that drag actually stands for dressed. Dressed
Gotta get it right.
as the girl. Dr dressed AG, because it goes back to when plays and theater didn't have women, but there were women roles.
Right.
So
Right.
the men had to
That's
dress up
interesting,
as
I didn't know
women,
that.
so they were going in drag.
Look at our cameraman, so
So
enlightened.
so
That's awesome.
a drag king would technically be a dressing in dram, or dressing as a man.
Yes,
Yeah.
dressing as a man.
Or a boy, a guy drag. Well, you could do drag, but change the G for a guy. Change the G from girl to guy. Drag.
Okay, drag.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could do
Drag.
that.
I have a
Um,
character I dress up as.
Well, I thought that was kind
I
of
have a
interesting.
boy
That's where
character
it comes
too. Love
from.
it.
No, that's
Like,
cool.
Yeah.
It
That's
can't.
awesome.
I
Thank you for
never
that.
knew. It's like drag. Okay, why do they call it that? Like who dressing up as a girl doesn't. Why are they calling
Yeah, I
that?
always thought
Yeah.
it was
Where
a
do they get that from?
newer term, but
Because I think women weren't allowed to act at the time.
Right, exactly. And so they had to do.
that's so crazy.
Yeah, it isn't so crazy. But I know that it also then became like passing, like trying to pass and doing like who could pass as a woman, and that was the whole
most
idea.
natural looking.
Yes, yes. And I think there's a
Which
documentary.
is totally different than drag, because drag is being like it's almost the cartoon side of female. I feel like when I see when I think
Yes.
of drag shows.
I mean, yes, that's how I feel now. Initially, it started as like who can pass, and they would have different categories. I don't want to try to explain something that I'm not a
Right.
part of, but I know that happened, and then drag kings emerged, and yeah, it has turned into almost a caricature.
right.
And that's a reason why there's still great drag queens
Yeah.
that are very interesting. I know
I
many
love,
of them.
I love drag queens. I'm obsessed with them. I follow several different
Podcasts. and stuff.
podcasts that are hosted, and I'll give a shout out to Trixie Mattel, and she has an awesome show that I love listening to pretty much every day.
That's awesome. But right now I'm finding like drag kings so much more interesting.
Really? Okay.
Just because I feel like, I know that it's been around for a while, but I feel like there's an explosion, and there's like all this political information and character, and what is it called? Looking deeply into like, what does it mean to be a man? What does it mean to be a woman? And all of those things.
Well, we have the whole movement coming around with the they and the non-binary. And
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
So I think that's a big
part of it too. Well, yeah, maybe, I don't know.
maybe. Just those
I don't
things
want to
clicked.
yeah, no, for sure. So that's what I had, like lots of erotica. We actually got shut down the first show from YouTube, from like other platforms, because it was deemed to, I don't know. It was very political, and it was very erotic, and I think somebody like told on us or something.
You got not banned.
We got
or
pulled off, yeah.
Pulled off. Oh, well,
So
that's
it's gonna be
unfortunate.
fun.
I can't wait. I want to see it.
Yeah, it
I'll
should.
have all the information below on anything that we mentioned.
Okay.
throughout.
Okay. Yeah, it should be happening. Our first show again, because I took a break to do the pilot. Should be happening in May.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, do you think this is a good time to do snacks?
Yeah, we one of our segments is snack time.
Yeah, let's do snacks.
Okay.
People like to watch people eat. I think I say that every time. It's a thing.
It's a thing. And if it's not a thing, we're gonna make it a thing.
It is. If you like
Yeah,
cookies and stuff,
normally
they're all
I-
melted now,
oh.
so it's going to be looking like
Oh, great.
diarrhea
Yeah.
It's gonna be a
smeared.
mess.
It's okay.
Help
And then I have
yourselves.
vegan because I'm not eating milk
Oh, then
chocolate
you're gonna
right
get
now.
the milk
So
chocolates.
these are probably really turd-like right now
Turd life.
because it's been in the sun. Oh, not so much if you want
Oh
one.
no, what are they?
Just dark chocolate.
Okay. There's no
Do you like
acid
dark
in it
chocolate?
or anything. No? Yeah, I love dark chocolate.
Yes, we're about to drop some acid.
Woo!
Oh yeah, it is super soft.
It is so soft.
You're at 20 minutes.
Oh,
Okay, good.
that's perfect.
So we always do like a little snack moment
A little
'cause
chocolate.
if it gets a little, oh, beautiful, just beautiful.
Ooh, I got squirted too.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh, that's delicious.
I'm not typically a squirter.
Let me know if you want another one.
Sorry
I've been
about that.
wanting to
Sorry
learn
about
how to
that.
squirt.
I don't want to learn how to
I think you
squirt.
could learn. Like,
It's
I
a
think there's a
thing?
way.
I'm afraid I'll pee. Be like, oh,
I think it
I've
is
done
pee.
that before.
I think it is pee.
It's okay. There's a great saying from Pedro Juan Gutierrez, who's a Cuban author, who says, sex is not for the squeamish. There's shit, piss, and blood. Something like that.
that's funny. That's true. I like that.
It's true. You can't be like,
I'm gonna steal that quote someday.
Oh,
and say
Do
it.
it.
nasty. It's all wet. No.
you must shower repeatedly before I go down on you.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
it's weird.
I've been told that before.
Oh. Not
Really?
I want to go down unless you've recently showered. I'm like,
I mean, I could understand, like, if you've gone 2 days
like on a
without
marathon
showering.
or something where else
Yeah.
sweating.
One thing that I think is kind of weird, because
Sorry.
I have a lot of different kinds of friends, but is the whole vagina deodorant and body deodorants.
No, I
Oh.
think that's good.
I've never
And
heard
I'm
of a
like, you
vagina
know what?
deodorant.
If somebody likes pussy, they like the smell of pussy.
Right.
They don't want to smell like roses or taste something like alcohol-y on their tongue.
But that can be healthy for the person using it. That could totally throw off your pH
Yeah.
and start causing burning.
UTIs and shit.
Uh-huh.
I think we should all be like comfortable with the way that our bodies smell. If we have hair between our ass cheeks, that's the way it is. It's can be
I've been
beautiful.
trying to tell my boyfriend.
Brush it
right now because I've been letting mine grow like crazy. Which is opposite of what I do because I do Brazilian waxing.
Yeah.
So I'm constantly waxing everybody bald. And I was doing it too for a
Yeah,
while.
me too for a while.
And then during the pandemic, I kind of stopped and I kind of get used to it. So I'll wax it all gone and then just let it grow all the way back for like months. And then,
It's kind of wild. I feel like it's powerful.
no.
The bush is powerful. Even like my armpit hair, I think it's sexy. I think it's
I just
sexy
saw a
on
picture of
woman.
Madonna's daughter taking a selfie with her underarm hair.
Yeah.
I thought it was cute. Like, whatever, you know.
I'm gonna
Each
get
their
a
own.
landing strip. I was gonna ask you because you do like hair and stuff down there if you could dye it green so it would
think
match
we
my
can.
hair. I really have wanted to do that for so long.
That's cool. You should do it.
Be like, "Meh," and then I want to be able to show people, but it's kind of in a like how do
You could show them.
I see this? Want to see my
It's a
landing
body.
strip? That was refreshing.
Yeah, that was great.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to do like one topic since we're kind of we
Yeah,
always
let's
have our
do-
fish bowl.
We do a fishbowl
Okay.
segment. And we'll let our guests go first.
and mix them up.
Yeah. And then whatever you pull, we try to either bring a story that you can relate to, or knowledge that you might know about it, or
Some are questions, some are just like words. so-
words. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what I got was, if you could interview a famous person, who would you choose?
Oh yeah.
It's such a hard one.
I don't know how I would answer that question.
I would want to choose Paris Hilton. Right now, I've been obsessed
Really?
with her.
You hear her new pickle song?
Yeah, I've been. Yeah, I love her pickle song. I forgot the name of the girls because she's I think featuring in that song, but I love it. It's
Well,
so
that is
cute.
where Kim Kardashian came from. Was Paris Hilton?
Have
Wasn't
you
she,
seen
like,
her
assistant?
documentary yet? It's pretty good. It's a really good documentary. She's been through a lot, and that whole Simple Life thing was pretty much an act. You know, like
Oh yeah, I think
she was selling dumb blonde. That's not really how she is, and
she's political. I've seen her try to push stuff and like talk behind Congress and stuff. I don't really pay
well,
attention
she's
to like what.
What she's trying to have more regulations put on these schools that take adolescent acting out adolescent teenagers, you know.
Yeah.
And they
That's
take
cool.
them
I would have
there.
never known that about Paris Hilton. I did think she was kind of a ditzy, like,
Yeah,
but
she went to the best schools. Like, you know, her family, they were wealthy, and
Of course, she went
you
to
know,
the
went
best
to the best
schools.
schools. She was very
Yeah.
educated, very smart, and super
enlightening.
trendy ahead of time. So there's like business questions I would want to ask her, and about like that whole NFT stuff.
Oh yeah, that's getting
I wanna
popular. Do you
ask
know
her
the
about that.
NFT stuff?
You know what? I had a conversation with somebody about that a while ago, and I've heard that he explained it to me, and I've looked into it, but I still don't fucking
So
understand.
it's like trading cards, like, you know, baseball cards.
Okay.
So it's like NFT art is kind of what I'm more interested in.
But it can go for like millions.
Yes.
It could.
Yeah, it's
It,
insane.
Yeah.
Anything could, right? Like any of it could.
It's
You
true.
have to put it out there and see what takes.
But it's like
Um,
digital, so it's like a whole new.
digital.
Right.
So which is kind of cool because if that person sells it again
You
or
get a
uses
percentage.
it, then you get a percentage of that.
As
Whereas
the
artists
artist.
back then could never do that. You either sell it once and that's done. It's
Yeah.
done. And the person who bought it from you could up the price and make a profit on your art that you put all
Absolutely.
this work in, and you don't get to see any of it. So this digital way, and you can transform anything into an NFT, and you know,
It's
make
really
it
cool. I'm interested to see how it goes.
Yeah, I think that's great. I feel like now because of the pandemic and all of these things, art has been like shut down, but I think that this is going to be the time that artists are going to like know their power.
Yes, and I
And-
think this kind of gives them that power
Yes,
back.
and like get what they deserve for their art, so that it's not just like commodified, but people appreciate the work that goes into it, and look, they're gonna have access to a
Yeah.
lot of different artists.
Do you collect a lot of?
I do
You
actually. I
You
do try to collect art from the people that I interview, whose art I like. I mean, I feel like it's an investment.
In
So
that
I
way,
do
too.
collect. Yeah.
different arts from like different galleries, or do you do it online?
You know
or-
what? People like Dave Van Patten. I have some of his art.
When I was at your house, you had a bunch of even sculptures and like.
Yeah. Some stuff I found at like thrift stores that were just gorgeous.
Yeah.
I can't think of all the names right now, but I'll find a different artist and I'll be like, that's special.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're unknown. And so it, you know,
Yeah, it's different.
yeah. And people, like, that's kind of another thing. Like, people should support their local artists.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I love doing that.
grassroots.
So I own a salon in Oxnard, and before the pandemic, we used to feature artists, local, as far as Bakersfield, sometimes Long Beach, LA, but they would come and they would post up all their art, and I would invite all my friends and clients and coworkers and business partners to come and, you know, network and socialize and buy art from our local artists. And
That's
the artists
awesome.
would be there so that they can connect
Talk
with the
about their
artists
art.
and talk about their art.
Yeah.
And you know, because it's
I feel
kind
like
of
that's what you're
emotional.
always
That's what
doing. That's what we're doing now with the podcast too.
Yeah,
You're
Yeah.
giving people a voice.
I do. I
A
always
platform.
Yeah, I try to. I try to do that. Just like when we did our show, the fashion show. You know, we wanted to reach out. All the money that we got from that show went to foster kids who got the opportunity to do a basketball camp.
That's
by,
awesome.
Like former NBA players. It was fun.
That's so
a lot
cool.
of work, but fun. A lot
Yeah.
of work, but fun. But
Yeah, that's kind of another thing. I've always done everything and then donated it to charity,
yeah,
which after a while it's like, all right, I need to get paid.
yeah.
But it made me so happy that the poet that spoke at the inauguration, she was from a nonprofit called Right Girl. And during my Shazilla time, we were raising money for Right Girl
Right.
during the time that she was actually going to Right Girl. So it was almost like, oh my God, like what I'm doing is helping in multiple ways, and that's what I want to continue doing.
I love that about you. How you're
you.
wanting to leave a mark in the world, a legacy.
Yeah, I think we should all try to like make the world a better place. That
Yeah.
seems so sort of cliche, but
Yeah.
It's true.
I mean that's how I feel.
So who would you want to interview? I took your question
Oh
away.
my God.
I think it goes with our last segment too, so we can combine both. Our last segment, we always say who inspires us.
Yeah.
So we could go with that, either who inspires you or who you'd want to interview.
Yeah.
That's what we ask people at the end.
Yeah, I don't. You know, there's.
It's a hard one though.
It's
I was
a
caught
hard
off guard
one.
the first time I tried to answer.
I think I was asked this actually as a jury. Like the judge was like, "Who would you?" as part of to find out your personality or whatever.
Yeah.
And I said Joan of Arc and Jim Morrison.
Oh,
Like it's
cool.
a split.
Yeah. You could have two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
You could have
not?
two.
I would also like to add Frida Kahlo.
Oh yes. Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
for sure.
Yes.
And maybe John Waters. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, John Waters. So I like his sense of humor, creepiness, like how he has. Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. Great DIY artist.
What about you?
Well, yeah. I mean, John Waters has always been a great inspiration. I guess since a lot of people, it seems like hate on him is M. Night Shyamalan.
Really?
I don't know
You would want to interview him?
I do.
I don't know who that
People
is.
hate on him.
Yeah, well, because when I wanted
Village.
to be a director.
Oh
Sixth
yes, the
Sense
director. Okay,
was
yes.
the movie
Sorry.
that changed
I always
my
forget
life.
his name, but I love all his movies. Yes, Sixth Sense.
And then Split was amazing. So yeah, like
Split.
I feel like either
Beauty
as
in
an
the Water.
interviewer or just someone who inspires me.
Okay.
I do
That'd
like
be
him
cool.
despite like.
Wouldn't that be cool if we got him on here?
Oh yeah, I'd be nervous. Butt sweat, for sure.
Butt sweat.
Under boob sweat.
Ah,
That's
nice.
so funny.
Then we always just end it by walking away.
Yeah, we
so
kind of don't
we're
have
gonna-
a very good ending to
Walking
our
away is
podcast,
good.
so we just say goodbye and carry on with our lives.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
See
thank
you
you.
later.
I'm glad
Thank
you
you.
came.
Me too. Thanks for having me.
I love it.
Just one little table tap that I've been trying to
Sometimes I
avoid
always
the whole
try to like get
time,
out of here,
and I
and
did
it's
it
like hard.
anyway. You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.